Hello, welcome to KnitPicks Yarn Stories. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Andy.
And we are here today to talk about City Tweed. City Tweed is a yarn that's been with us since 2010, and it comes in two weights, an Aran weight, which is in 100-gram balls, and a DK weight, which comes in 50-gram balls. The color palettes for both are similar. The DK weight does come with a little more pops of color to them. It is kind of, I would say, more of a fashion spread, whereas the Aran weight is more of a decor color palette for a cozier feel.
Yeah, lots of neutrals and softer shades, like a nice softer blue as opposed to like sort of the vibrant shades of City Tweed DK.
The purple.
Yes.
The bright blue. But we do have some pops with the bright blue and the red as well.
Yeah.
And the Aran weight comes in 13 colors right now, whereas the DK has 24. It's a really fun tweed. What's unique about it too is that it is a blend of superfine alpaca and merino wool, plus the Donegal, which makes the little tweed neps in there. And the way the colors are developed is the mill, we send them a color for the alpaca and a color for the merino, and then they blend it together. So I believe a cool example, harbor seal, which is gray, we actually sent a hot pink and a turquoise blue color in, and this is what we got. So it's just kind of really interesting to see how it will blend in the final result. So it makes it fun to develop.
Are they dyed as like the wool's a heather and the alpaca's a heather, or do the heathers come from the blending
The
process?
heather comes from the blend.
So it's blending two solids.
Yeah, blending two solids. You can blend a solid in a heather, which is kind of interesting too, because then you get a little more warmth and depth to it. I want to say that...
Is this one like that?
I think it is. This one was another one that was really... this was another one where you can see kind of in it the pinks in there.
Yeah.
That was actually the wool color, but this purple that's coming out of it, it was the blue little specks in there. That's what the alpaca was. So it was just kind of like, okay, it kind of blended and didn't, but this one was pink and blue too. So I just don't get it. Like some of them, the color combinations, like there's another one I want to say, artichoke. This one was actually a dark blue that we sent and a bright yellow, and it came out
the perfect green?
The perfect green, yeah. So, blue and yellow, but it was a really dark blue, like almost black blue. So I was really surprised to see this color come out from that. And this was a more muted, a lighter, two blush pinks, like a more of a salmon and then a blush pink was how that one came out. So some of them you can kind of predict what they'll be, but others you have no idea. So, and what's really nice too about this is that the structure, it's a 2-ply. Both of them are 2-plies. And it's not a super twist to it. So you do get some of that drapiness and it's not a tight tweed. So I think it works really well for garments.
Yeah, it drapes beautifully. Because of the alpaca content, that's where the drape comes from. The wool has some memory to it, but the alpaca really lets it drape and it blooms a little bit. You probably can't see the halo on camera, but it's got a soft, light, very faint halo. With 20% tweed neps, this is like one of our busier tweed yarns.
It's the most tweed I think we have any of our tweeds.
Yeah, I think so too. Which does mean that like simple stitch patterns look like you put a lot more effort into them. They look a lot more complex because the tweeds add interest. In plain stockinette, you really can see how much tweed it is. Sometimes it can compete a little with stitch patterns. Like I've got a little lace going down this side.
Yeah.
And if I was gonna wear this on something light, I don't think the lace would be appreciated, but you could play with sort of the negative space by layering it over something
like a contrast.
Yeah, like a contrast color. But it still works really well with cables, even though it is such a busy yarn. The alpaca makes the cables lay a little bit flatter, but that's perfect for a scarf where you don't want too much heavy bulk around your neck.
Right.
We really like it for accessories because it's so soft, and garments because of how it drapes. Because it's an alpaca and wool blend, it's not as overly warm as 100% alpaca can be, so it makes gorgeous cardigans.
Yes. And the alpaca is only 25%. And the wool is merino wool.
Mm-hmm.
And so that helps with the softness. So it is definitely against the skin soft too,
Yes.
which makes it great for like cozy accessories around the neck and cardigans. And when your office is cold in the fall, I definitely do something like that with this. So yeah, I love City Tweed. It is one of my favorites, and it's been, a favorite for customers for the past 13 years. So yeah, we'll continue loving it and developing new colors.
And that's the story of City Tweed.